Well, switch it over to the West, and again, going alphabetically here. So if you're clicking into the Arkansas State Red Wolves preview, first of all, welcome. Glad to have you here. But the rest of the West previews will go up in alphabetical order as well. Really fun connection to the Red Wolves, Trey. I got to go to the Xbox Bowl last year, cover that from the press box. As far as we know, the only Xbox Bowl. And Butch Jones, I think, paid off a lot of delayed expectations, a lot of delayed gratification last year with that bowl win over Missouri State. They had a lot of talent roll through Jonesboro, and the wins just hadn't ever come. They did last year. Jalen Rayner and Corey Rucker delivered on the offensive side. They were a blast to watch. But Rucker's gone to the NFL, setting program records in his wake. Jalen Rayner is now at Iowa State trying to rebuild the Cyclones program. So it feels like, at least from a name brand perspective, Jones in Jonesboro is kind of starting over at Arkansas State.
It really is going to be a full rebuild. There's 4 guys competing for that starting quarterback spot. It looked like Trey Owens had the inside track. He was the starter in the spring game, but broke off a 36-yard run and injured his shoulder on that play, or on the play, I believe. And so he was out for the rest of the day. So not sure what his status is. I'm sure that was mostly precautionary, but Texas transfer looked really good in spring ball, but you just hate to see it end like that. They've also got Ethan Crawford back, a couple guys from Vanderbilt that both transferred in the quarterback room. So that's a little odd, but hey, I guess they were buds in Nashville and wanted to run it back in Jonesboro. I love that. There are 7 starters back on the offense. You mentioned losing Corey Rucker, but Chauncey Cobb and Hunter Summers combined for over 1,300 yards behind him last year, and Devin Spencer was the leading rusher. All 3 of those guys are back. They also have 3 starters on the offensive line back, so the offense might actually find some nice continuity pretty quickly. The defense especially, though, is going to be very challenging. Every front, it's not a front 7, it's a 4-2-5 base, but every defensive line and linebacker starter from last year is gone. They trying to turn to the FCS level to get a few guys. Nicholas Clommie, I think is how you say his name, from Maine, AJ Thomas from McNeese, and Donquarius Parker from NC Central. They are going to try to reestablish that pass rush and try to have their talents transfer up from the FCS level. If that works out, I think that could be a big boost to that side of the ball, but you never want to go into a season not having anybody to say, yeah, I've seen that guy in my uniform. We can build around that on the front 2 levels of the defense. That's going to be really, really tough.
Yeah, you made the note in the article as well. You like the size at the linebacker, some of the defensive line guys that they brought in. Tylen Coleman comes in from Florida State, Josh Ofor from NC State. So, there's certainly talent imported on that defensive side, but the defense is going to get tested when we look at the schedule. It's a difficult non-conference slate to start.
Yeah, you go to Memphis and TCU. New coach at Memphis, so anything could happen. But your home game is against the Conference USA champions from last year, Kennesaw State. So in the division, you go to Louisiana and La Tech. You do get Georgia State out of the East, so that's really nice. You'll love to see that on your schedule. But it's a tough draw. It's certainly going to be an uphill battle to get back to a bowl game. When you think about just stopping all the offenses that they're going to face, they're going to face some high-octane offenses, even in this side of the Sun Belt, and it's going to be hard to stop them with that much fluidity on the defensive side of the ball.